All right, today's lesson is Unit 1, Lesson 11, putting it all together. So today we are going to combine all the things that we have learned so far about the different types of angles. Not quite all of them, I guess, but most of them. We're focusing on these 6 angles: adjacent, vertical, corresponding, alternate interior, same side interior, and alternate exterior angles. All right, so what you're going to be asked to do today is to be able to identify a pair of angles as either adjacent, vertical, corresponding, alternate interior, same side interior, or alternate exterior. So you're going to need to know the rules that you had from before. So it might be helpful to have that notes out for those. And quite honestly, at this point, if you haven't taken all the notes into your notebook, you should go back and do so. All right, so let's take a look at what this looks like here. All right, so this first one, here is a y and an x. These are 2 angles, and we need to find which of those angle types it is. Well, I can tell you this. First of all, they are going to be interior of some sort, right? Here's a transversal. We've got one on the left-hand side and one on the other side. So these would be alternate interior angles because they are on alternate sides of the transversal. Okay, let's take a look at another type. All right, so these 2, we have, they are not on, one is on the exterior and one is on the interior. So if you look at the option choices, the last 3 are either interior or exterior angles. So this either has to be adjacent, vertical, or corresponding. All right, so I'm going to go in reverse order here because corresponding angles would be in the same spot. So that would be like if I'm looking at y, this one down here would be the same spot, the corresponding spot to y. So it's not corresponding angles. How about vertical angles? Well, vertical angles are basically they're diagonally across the intersection here, so it would be over here. So that's not it either. So they're adjacent because adjacent means next to. So these are adjacent angles right there. Boom. All right. How about these? Well, these are both inside, so these are interior. And they are on opposite sides of things, so these are alternate interior angles. Check out these. All right, so these are, one is interior, one is exterior, so they're not any of those 3 last ones. So these have to be adjacent, vertical, or corresponding. And if I go in the reverse order still, corresponding, same spot, that would be right where they are. Oh, my phone's ringing, I'm going to ignore that. So if you can hear that, I don't know. So these are corresponding because they're both in the same spot, the upper left-hand corner of this little intersection here. Same with this one, upper left-hand corner. Corresponding. All right, so again, are they interior or exterior? They're one of each, so it's not one of those bottom ones, one of those last 3. These 2 then are on other sides, they're opposite sides of the angle, so these are vertical angles. Let's take a look at this type here. These are both interiors. So they're on the same side though of the transversal, same side interior. All right, so that is really how you find those. You just have to kind of walk through the rules and see what you have there. All right, so bonus time. At this point, we're going to kick it up a notch, and we're going to solve for x. And so in your homework, actually, you're going to have a series of problems that are like this, but they don't have the variable in here. They just have a measurement, so you just have to find the measurement. So for example, if this was just x and it said what was x, you would say that since these are vertical angles, I know these are vertical, so these are 90, this one's 90 degrees, so this one's the same. It's going to be 90 degrees also. All right, Well, now, instead of just saying x equals 90, because that would be the easy way, we're going to step it up a notch and we're going to say 19x minus 5, that equals 90. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add 5 to both sides. I'm going to solve this like it's an equation in algebra. So I get 95 on the right-hand side, and this eliminates itself, so I'm left with 19x. I'm going to divide by 19. And so I'm going to do that on both sides. 95 divided by 19. I'm going to use my calculator for that. No shame there. And it is 5. All right, so x equals 5. So that would be my answer here. Down here, I'm going to look at these, and I'm going to say this one's going to be a little bit different because these are same side interior angles, right? They're both inside here. That makes an interior angle, and they're on the same side of the transversal. So what I want you to notice here is this. This one is an acute angle, and this one is an obtuse angle. So that means they don't equal one another. All right, so you have two choices here. They either equal each other or they equal a number. And that number is always either going to be pretty much 90 degrees or 180 degrees. In this case, it can't be 90 degrees because one of them is obtuse. So it's pretty clearly going to be 180 degrees. So we're going to say 21x minus 2 and the 119. Those two angles together, they make 180 degrees. All right, so I'm going to combine like terms here. So this is going to be 100. So minus 2 plus 119. That's going to be 117. Bring down my 21x. It's plus now because I subtracted the 2 already. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of the 117 from that side. I'm going to do the same matching thing on the other side. So that's going to leave 21x on this side. And then this is going to leave me with 63 on that side. Divide each side by 21 to get rid of that. And x is going to be equal to 3. Okay, so these are going to be, you have 2 bonus problems in your homework assignment to try. They're going to be challenging like this, but I think you can handle it. It's just a little bit of algebra. So you're going to have 10 problems like the first ones where you just identify the angle. 10 more problems where you're going to have to identify the angle relationship, but use that knowledge then to solve for and find the missing angle. And then to step it up one last notch, you're going to take all of those things and combine it with a little bit of algebra with just a couple of problems like that. All right, so good luck today. If you need my help, please ask, and I will